Welcome to Bedcrime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's nearly 3 weeks since the Sunday night in November 13th to be exact, when college students Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were viciously attacked in their sleep by a merciless coward wielding a large, sharp-edged object. You cannot attack people unaware, as they're either drifting off to sleep or sleeping between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and not be anything but a coward. This was an ambush in the dark. The Moscow Police Department announced today that it has received more than 2,640 emails, 2,770 phone tips, and 1,000 submissions to an FBI link. In addition to these tips and video footage, investigators have collected more than 110 pieces of physical evidence and roughly 4,000 crime scene photos. Everything seems abundant here, except the 110 pieces of physical evidence. That is not a lot for a rather large home and for a crime that involved the deaths of 4 people by a sharp-edged object. I heard Ashleigh Banfield of NewsNation today say that she would have expected to hear that they had at least 1,000 pieces of physical evidence. So they have more tips than actual evidence. Let's hope those tips hold the key to the smoking gun. We also heard from Xana Kernodle's mother, Cara Denise Northington. She was interviewed by Ashleigh Banfield, and through a constant flow of tears, she described her daughter Xana as a light, a positive influence, a good soul who cared about her friends and family. Xana's father also spoke recently at a memorial for the slain students, and he said that Xana taught him how to be a father. We can all see Xana's light in every photo of her that's floating around. Her smile is the type that radiates warmth, and we also witnessed her comedic sense in that TikTok video where all the roommates were goofing around and pretending to be each other. During her interview, Xana's mother shared the following information. 1. She has not spoken to the other students' families yet, but she said she's sure that she will. 2. She's upset that more isn't being done to track down the perpetrator. She mentioned the possibility of using NASA satellite imagery. Cara also stated that Xana's father fixed the lock to her bedroom the weekend before the crime. Cara then told Ashleigh that Xana's dad had mentioned that he thought Xana and Ethan had been at a bar after attending the frat party on Saturday night at the Sigma Chi house. And I recall that Xana's father said early on that he spoke to Xana on the phone Saturday night at around midnight. So perhaps Xana was at a bar when she chatted with her dad that night, and he had also said that she was fine at that point. Cara also confirmed that Xana's bedroom was on the 2nd floor and that one of its windows faced out toward the street. Cara was keen to talk to the 2 surviving roommates to see if they heard anything on the night of the crime. Maybe Kaylee's dog barking. Ashleigh Banfield then asked if Xana's car had Arizona license plates, and Cara said she did not know. She also could not tell Ashleigh what make and model of car Xana was driving. Now, Cara may not know those things for whatever reason, but it's very clear that she loved Xana very much. She also made it clear that she cannot fathom why anyone would want to hurt these 4 precious friends. She also stated that it was her understanding that the surviving roommates were trying to rouse what they thought was an unconscious person behind a locked door. And I'm assuming that would be a locked bedroom door. So if that is the case, it makes it sound like the two roommates maybe did not witness any of the red stuff that runs through our veins in the house. Also, this would indicate that the victims were inside the bedrooms with the doors locked. Thus, the perpetrator would have to be the person who locked those doors on his way out after committing the crime, or he would have had to go through the windows and also leave through the windows. Cara believes that the perpetrator targeted these 4 students. In her mind, it was those 4 people who drew the perpetrator to 1122 King Road, not the house or residence itself. Cara also believes, and it appears that Kaylee's parents and sister do as well, that the victims likely knew the perpetrator and trusted him. Cara said that it could even have been a friend of theirs. When asked if she knew if Xana had anyone following her, Cara said she didn't know, but that it would not surprise her if all 4 students had people following them because they were all rock stars on Instagram. But it definitely felt like Xana's mother is leaning more toward someone who was super close to the students and not some stranger following them around. By the way, we've learned today that the 6th roommate who was on the lease had moved out of the home prior to the start of the school year and was not present at the time of the crime. That information came from the Moscow Police Department. The police also said that they do not believe that 6th roommate had any involvement in the case. So that is it for tonight. Until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, you won't be disappointed, leave me a comment, and if you want to help support the channel, you can now do so through memberships, and I'm planning to create members-only videos. You don't want to miss that.